Thank you so much for joining us on the shift today. We really appreciate you taking the time. So, what motivated you to write this book?
That's a good question. I don't know that I wasn't motivated to write a book. I was asked to write another book because I wrote a book in 2010 called Gold Medal Diary coming out of the Vancouver Olympics. And it was just before the pandemic. I kind of agreed and started it like maybe 4 or 5 months before the pandemic. And then with the pandemic, I was kind of struggling like what to talk about and how to do it. And then when the pandemic hit, I realized, okay, I had a little bit more time. And then also maybe some of the lessons that I had learned through hockey and then now in medicine might resonate with people just as to what we're all kind of going through right now.
So I kind of want to pivot to talking a little bit about the Olympics, particularly the 2020, which turned into the 2021 Olympics. It was very admirable what you did with that, especially how much was at stake for you personally. You talked a bit about mental health in your book as well. And I think it was really interesting when we watched the Olympics, how athletes' mental health became a flashpoint during that time. Yeah. So what are your thoughts about that, especially with like Simone Biles, Naomi Osaka? How do you feel about how that conversation was taking place?
Well, I'd say good on those athletes for standing up and saying, my health and my mental health is more of a priority than winning a medal or making money for you, the IOC or the USOC or whoever, or the Tennis Association or whoever it is. I struggle with my role on the IOC, and it's ending in February, and probably for good reason, because I have lost a little bit of steam and passion for it because it has been such a loaded political situation with very little power within the IOC Athletes Commission to make any changes. It's been really frustrating. So when I spoke up and said that I didn't believe the Olympics should happen, I got pushback right away from the IOC senior executives who said, you shouldn't say that. You should apologize, and shame on you was the term. And so, I don't care. I really don't care. I was elected to do what was right by the athletes. And I felt like a lot of athletes were suffering, living in limbo, and going to be put in a situation that wasn't healthy and wasn't good, not only for them, but for the world as well. Athletes need to realize that they have more power than they think they do, especially collectively when they want to stand up and make a change. It can be very scary for those in power to have to answer to that. And I think that athletes should never forget that.
One of your Olympic games that I really enjoyed reading about was in 2002, when you won gold at Salt Lake City.
Canada wins the gold on a red letter day in Salt Lake City.
Thinking back to 2002 to now, how far has the women's game come since then?
I wish I could say it's come farther than it has, to be very honest. It's come a long ways. We have 2 leagues that are competing to try to have one professional league, which is frustrating to be watching from the outside looking in. I think women's hockey had a lot of momentum until the pandemic hit about 18 months ago, and it really sort of stopped everything in its tracks. We need a professional league. I think it was the next true step. The game has improved since 2002 across the board. Like the depth and the talent of players, I think, is just more even through country to country and on team to team. But outside of that, I don't know that we have been able to move the needle to that next level where women can get paid to play, where you have consistent television coverage. And I think it's up to the people in women's hockey to figure out how we get one league first where the players are going to play in one league and then move the game forward after that.
How does working as a doctor compare to working as a professional athlete?
I say to people all the time, they're very similar. And my friends in medicine don't believe me, but my friends in sport believe me because they know that medicine is a team game. Medicine requires discipline and commitment and work ethic. You have to learn not to listen to the critical opinion of others, just like you do as an athlete. You have to be really good under pressure and make decisions fast. So all of those things are the same, and they really complement each other. The only thing that I struggle with in medicine is how unhealthy it can be sometimes when you sit all day, especially in medical school. So I actually would stand at the back of the room and stand up while they were lecturing because I couldn't handle sitting. So I think medicine could learn a lot from sport and vice versa.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time, Hayley, and congratulations on everything. And again, thank you for everything you've done for the sport.
Awesome. Thanks, Keesha. It was nice talking with you.